Deion Sanders in Colorado, baby. Let's talk about the Buffs. Uh, Look, this is a big line this week, man. 21 points is a big line in a conference game in general. I mean, Georgia was favored last week by 28 over South Carolina. They didn't cover. I don't know. I don't know that Oregon's as good as Georgia or as well rounded. I feel like Colorado could probably beat South Carolina. I don't know. I'm just comparing. You know, Colorado has one of the best quarterbacks in college football right now. And I know some people haven't came to grips with this yet, but Shedeur Sanders is very, very, very good. Okay. The way, and some people took out of context. We had put out a short video the other day, and I said that he looked like a black Tom Brady, and people lost their mind. They said, well, hey, he's not Tom Brady. He hadn't won anything. And you're right. But that was completely out of context. That last drive of that Colorado State game, I'm still thinking about it. I'm still thinking about it. The way he controlled everything. Travis Hunter's out of the game, by the way, at this point. Okay. Best player on the team's off the field at the hospital at this point. You come all the way back, 98 yards you got to go. And the man just boom, getting out of bounds, running enough clock, then goes down and hits the 2-point conversion after the touchdown. That was a masterpiece, man. That was a masterpiece. I heard somebody jokingly say that Coach Prime made the game that interesting because Shedeur needed a Heisman moment, and that's absolutely ludicrous. But it's funny that somebody would even think that because that Deion would have that much control. Like Deion's like a college football god, just working these players like little puppets on his fingers.
Since you're on the topic of Deion here, real quick, you mentioned, calling Shedeur Black Tom Brady. Is Deion Black Ted Lasso? Like, he's stepping in here and just lighting the world on fire. I mean, it took a while for old Lasso to get going, but I don't know. I thought that comparison was kind of funny.
That is funny. I don't know that we've ever seen anything like what's going on in Colorado right now. Deion has got the place pumped full of energy, but it's time to take the traveling circus on the road, brother. And this Oregon team ain't no joke.
No.
And we've talked about it on previous shows. You can go back and watch. I think it was week 1 or week 2 reaction. I talked about, Oregon literally ripped the ears right off of a Portland State offensive player. Literally ripped his ear right off. Okay. This is a mean team right here. They ain't taking no prisoners, and they're not about to come out here and take it easy on Colorado. They want to kick their ass. I can promise you that. And just like I said before the year started, is Deion going to put these guys in a situation where they're a target? And well, Travis Hunter, he ruptured his, what was it? He split his liver or something is what I heard.
Spleen and I heard liver. I'm pretty sure it was his liver, but
is it spleen or liver? I don't know.
It's an organ, whatever. So yeah.
Yeah. I'm not planning on starting any kind of medical channels on YouTube or anything. So I'm not going to worry about which one it is. I just know he's going to be out 3 weeks. And I know that hit was an assault. That was a absolutely horrid situation right there. But you know what? That is kind of football though, man. And it's dirty, and I get it, but to play football is to get hit with a dirty hit. Let's just be real. But I really hate it for the guy because Travis Hunter's not the biggest dude in the world. But
no.
Anyway, I really, really do not like this Colorado rushing offense, and I really hate their rushing defense, man. It's horrid. It's absolutely horrid. And the transfer portal is good for some things and plugging some holes, but this is why we say that it's not built for building a roster, It's not made to build a roster with. And points against, rushing yards allowed, um, passing yards against, all of it's like around 100 ranked, 90, 100th, 80th. It's all over the place. Um, the only the only thing that this team is prolific in is the passing
Yeah.
offense, and that's linked to Shedeur. And I've always said that one thing that the Georgia Bulldogs, I keep putting up the wrong hand. These Georgia Bulldogs right here, the two-time defending reigning national champions, if they can make you one-dimensional, then they can beat you. And Oregon is actually able to make Colorado one-dimensional.
Yeah.
And I'm worried about this, especially without having Travis Hunter. Look, I'm here for it. I do have some money on this game, and I bet on Oregon minus 21. Okay. And when I bet, I don't bet the house. Okay. I'm a moderate better, but I do like betting a little bit on the games because it makes me interested in the outcome. So you bet however you want to, YouTube public, but my money is on Oregon here minus the 21. What are your thoughts on this game, and how do you see it going, Mason?
Yeah, if you'll throw those stats up for me,
Yeah.
you really hit a lot of the same points that I was going to touch on. You mentioned having no rushing defense, no rushing offense, no passing defense, really, especially without Travis Hunter. Kamani McLean, Deion said this week is keeping himself off the field. So it sounds like he's getting in his own way there, which sometimes happens with these high
I didn't hear
profile
about this.
athletes.
What happened here? I didn't hear
Yeah,
about that.
it was just in one of his press conferences, real quick. One of the reporters asked about Cormani McLean. This highly touted 5-star freshman. Who's supposed to be playing opposite of Travis Hunter at cornerback. He hasn't shown up yet, and I've been wondering the same thing. Is he hurt? What's going on? And Deion didn't want to allude too much to it, but he said, yeah, he's kind of getting in his own way right now. So it sounds like, I don't know if it's behavioral or if he's maybe not working hard enough. I don't know what exactly is going on there, but we're expecting at some point for this passing defense to get a lot better. And excuse my dog in the background. It sounds like we just got a package, but
What's up, Ozzy?
yeah. So anyway, but like you mentioned, the passing offense is a bright spot. They're second in college football at 418 yards per game. And can you win 6 games with being that one dimensional? Yeah, you can, for sure. They might even win 7 or 8, who knows? But to beat a complete team like Oregon, I don't see it happening. Another
Yeah.
thing that I look at here is opponent penalties, 100 yards per game. That's the most in the nation, right? So other teams giving them a touchdown pretty much in penalties, right? That's
Yeah.
not good. That is not
Yeah.
good. So, and then outside of that, their penalties are 111th, 67.3 yards per game. Maybe they regress a little bit back to the average there. So maybe that helps them in this game. And their turnover margin is +6, and that's with Travis Hunter, who I think has 3 on the season, if I'm not mistaken. So no Travis Hunter this game. He's been bailing them out. Shiloh too. Shiloh will still be there, but you're missing a large part of that. So, and then sacks allowed 16. You go over here to Oregon, they've had 6 sacks already, which is pretty good for now. Only a 3-game sample size at this point, but they should be able to rush the passer pretty well. I think they should be able to get after him. And then you go through and you see, okay, their total scoring offense is second. Their rushing offense is second. Pass offense is 5th. So top 5 in all offensive categories. That is the recipe for disaster when your defense is really as bad as Colorado's is. And then you look at their pass defense is really good at 16th. Rushing defense hasn't been great, but again, we already saw that Colorado's not going to be able to take advantage of that, right? Because their rushing offense hasn't been great. Scoring
Horrible.
defense, 15.7 points per game. I do think that Colorado finds a way to score more than that. So I could see them at 17 or 20 points probably. But this is going to be a tough defense to score on when you're one dimensional. Like you mentioned. And then outside of that, pretty efficient on third down. Pretty efficient on third down defense, on opponent third down conversion. So ultimately, I think, you mentioned, what's this number at, 21? Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah. So at 21 points, that's a solid 3 touchdowns. I like that it's not 21 and a half. I'm really happy. It's a nice even number.
It's
I think that
crazy. It has stayed at 21 too. It hasn't moved a muscle all week.
yeah. So I think there's a lot of money still coming in for Colorado. Maybe even some people who are willing to bet the money line. And if you are, hey, it's a big number, 760, I think, in some under some sites. But anyways, I'm going with you, plus 21. Give me the Oregon Ducks to cover.
We agree on that one. So, yeah, I just, my football mind, I would love for Colorado to win this game. Look, I'll lose my bet and I'll be entertained. Okay. And I won't mind. I won't mind a bit. But my football brain won't let me believe that Colorado can pull this one out. They don't have the Jimmies and the Joes to do this. They don't have the Jimmies and the Joes to make this assignment. Would I love to see it? Absolutely, I would love to see it, folks. I'd love to see something like that, but it's just, and if it happens, I'll be watching, I'll be cheering, and I'll be drinking my beer, and I'll be on here shouting the victories of Colorado and Deion Sanders and Shedeur. And I'm going to keep beating the Shedeur drum no matter what anybody says.